Pattison's teenage son took the stand today in the trial of Scott Pattison, the man accused of killing his wife. And the son had some revealing information about his mom and stepfather's relationship. News Channel 15's Chris Hopper continues our coverage from Wabash.
Well, this afternoon, the tension was unbelievable inside the courtroom as Lisa's 19-year-old son, Dylan McCoy, took the stand. The first thing he talked about was how shocked he was right after his mother's death when he found out how she died. That's because he said she never bench pressed alone, or at least he never saw her bench press alone, and he only saw her bench press with Scott one time. He said most of the time she was in the gym, it was either on a stair stepper or the treadmill. Now, he also talked about the morning after her death. He met with Scott that morning to talk to him about a few different things. He said one odd thing was Scott was reading comments on the Wayne.com story that we had posted the day before about Lisa's death. He said Scott was sort of shocked by some of the things that people were saying on there. Now, he also talked about Scott having an affair. He said he knew it, and he said he also knew him and his mom were getting a divorce. He said many times they slept in different rooms. Often there were fights and arguments. He even went back to one time in the winter before Lisa's death where Scott actually shoved her onto a bed when he and Dylan were getting into some type of a confrontation. Now, the defense did challenge him on a number of different things that he said during his testimony because they were a little bit different than what he said to police right after Lisa's death. Something else we heard this morning was from the crime scene investigator. He said a conversation he had with the forensic pathologist after the autopsy sort of alarmed him. He said the forensic pathologist said Lisa had small broken blood vessels all down her back, signaling that there was some type of full body pressure on top of her. Of course she would have those on her neck because that's where the injury was, but for it to be all along her back, that alarmed him a little bit. We should hear more about that tomorrow. We're going to continue to cover this trial all the way through. Reporting in Wabash, Chris Hopper, News Channel 15.